Continue on with Kyle Larson, driver of the number 42 Target Chevrolet, a Sunoco Rookie of the Year contender, coming off a great weekend for you at Bristol, runner-up in the NASCAR Nationwide Series race, first career Sprint Cup top 10. You just talk about building off that momentum coming in here to Auto Club Speedway.
Yeah, last week at Bristol was really good for both our Target Chevy and our Cartwheel Chevy in the Nationwide Series. So excited to get here to California. It's my home state. Grew up, about 6 hours north of here. So I guess it's a little bit of a home race for me. So really looking forward to it. Hoping we have two good runs again. I think, definitely after the runs we had last week, it should help build a little bit more momentum. So definitely excited about this weekend.
Great. And going into your first attempt at the All-Star race, the Sprint All-Star race this year, and you're eligible for the fan vote, anything special you or your fans, your team are doing to help get your name out there?
Nothing yet. Hopefully we just, it'll be tough to beat Austin and Danica for that vote, so we'll probably have to try and race our way in, and so that'll make it fun. But it'd be nice to get a win before the All-Star race and not even have to worry about running the B main, I call it.
Very nice. We'll go ahead and open up for questions. Please start with your name and affiliation. We'll start over here with Brian.
Hey, Kyle. Brian Belansky from RPM Radio over here. I know that you probably didn't think this was going to be an easy season, being your rookie year. A lot of expectations. What has been the one thing that you have thought was going to be harder that maybe has been easier? And on the converse, what has been a little harder or easier than you thought would be?
Nothing's really been easy. It's all been tough. Everything is really tough in the Cup Series. So I don't know. I got a glimpse of it last year. I got to run 4 races, so I understood how tough it was going to be this season. So nothing's really surprised me at all to start this season yet. Everybody races extremely hard all race long, and the field's really tight. Where nationwide, what I was used to last year, it's pretty spread out. The quality of the field and all that. But in Cup, there's 25, 30 drivers that are extremely fast. So that's probably what makes the Cup Series really tough.
Rich Colbert, Motor Racing Network, right here, Kyle. Martinsville coming up next week. What have you done to prepare for that track? You haven't raced there very much. Is there anything you've been doing?
Not yet. When I get home, I'm sure I'll run a little bit on iRacing to try and get used to that stuff. Martinsville is a lot different than what I've ever done, and I didn't feel like we were very good there last year when I ran the Cup race, and we ended up blowing up our engine anyway, so I didn't get a full race in. So, but I think just gaining that little bit of experience I did last season will probably help some, going here again this year. And probably not a race I'm looking forward to. I'm nervous about that one. So hopefully we can just stay out of trouble and get a solid finish.
Okay.
Kyle, K Presto, carsandcompetition.com. This is a wider track. You were at Bristol, which was a bull ring. Now this is a wider track. How are you going to treat the racing here? How much easier or harder will it be?
I love racing here at Auto Club Speedway. Probably one of my favorite tracks just because it is so wide, and you can run anywhere on the track, it seems like, and grip changes throughout the race and slows down throughout a run. So those seem to be the tracks that I think I do the best at, even though last week at Bristol was probably, as far as stats go, my best track. But yeah, I like these bigger, slicker racetracks. I think I do pretty well at them, and hopefully today in practice goes good, and we have a solid car and can have a good race on Sunday.
We'll go Michael, and then over here, please. Michael Meyer. Either way.
Michael Myers with Queers for Gears. Last week was announced Dylan's going to be part of the development, one of the development drivers with Ganassi. As a rookie in that organization, do you find it hard to be able to provide guidance to a much younger rookie, or are you sort of just focused on yourself at this point?
I think since I'm running the nationwide stuff this year with Dylan at Turner Scott Motorsports, I can help a little bit just because all the stuff that he's going through this year I've experienced last year, and I can give him tips on how the track maybe will change throughout a race and things like that. Probably more of driving right now as far as advice goes. But he's a really good kid, smart kid. So it's nice to have him a part of the team. And like you said, it's pretty cool getting to work with him. I got to spend a few days with him this week, just doing stuff with NASCAR in LA. So I'd say we're pretty good friends, and it's easy to work with him.
Julie Jones, Superior Express, Superior, Nebraska. I would like to know what you have changed in your conditioning pre-NASCAR to now as far as your physical body goes.
Not a whole lot, really. Back when I raced sprint cars, I was probably in better shape just because I'd race almost every day. And now, I have a few days off in the week. So I worked out a little bit during the off season. I haven't had too much time to do that. Now that the season started, I've been a little bit busier. But I'm sure once things slow down, it seems like season usually finally gets in a rhythm after this race. So I'll probably try to get back to the shop and work out a little bit with our personal trainer.
All right, we're going to wrap up with Lee Spencer.
Hey there. Got a question for you as far as where are you guys going to use your tests this year, and is there any concern as far as the road courses go?
I think we're going to go to VIR sometime soon to do a road course test. As far as the handful of tests we get at tracks that we're racing at, I don't know what we're doing yet. It seems like our car's been running okay so far, so we might try and save them for later in the year, and maybe if we're in the chase or close to chase, use those tracks to get better at.